Kota in Rajasthan was once the education hub where you went to get training to probably succeed in competitive examinations, but now it's led to disturbing concerns. Student suicides are taking place now in Kota, and this has led to government taking cognizance of it because days after 2 students ended their life within a span of few hours, the coaching institutions have now come under the lens. Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has taken cognizance of the case and sought a report on the recent suicide cases within 15 days. Authorities in Kota have asked coaching centres to stop conducting routine tests of students who are preparing for NEET or other competitive exams. At least for the next 2 months, there will be no regular routine tests. Authorities have asked these coaching institutes to give 1 full day off and 1 half day off every week to ensure that students get some break and relief in between. Listen in to the reactions that have come in of the senior police officials and more.
बड़ा दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है कल का दिन कि एक साथ 2 बच्चों ने, एक महाराष्ट्र लातूर के और एक बिहार के रहने वाले थे, उनके द्वारा आत्महत्या की गई। जांच हम कर रहे हैं और जो संडे के टेस्ट वाली बात है कि बावजूद जिला कलेक्टर के निर्देश के बावजूद भी उनके द्वारा ये परीक्षा आहूत की गई। यदि उसमें लापरवाही पाई गई तो निश्चित रूप से कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि शायद एक तो कोरोना काल में 2 बच्चे घर पे रहे, 2 साल घर पे रहे, उसकी वजह से भी हमें थोड़ा स्टडी का करनी पड़ेगी कि रियलिटी में बच्चों में किस जगह मानसिक अवसाद हो रहा है। जो मुझे लग रहा है कि मेंटल प्रेशर झेलने की बच्चे की जो थोड़ी सी क्षमता है वो थोड़ी कम हो गई है। ये सफलता उस सिलेक्शन में नहीं है, उस रैंक में नहीं है, ये सफलता उस प्रक्रिया में है जब बच्चा कोटा या ऐसे संस्थानों में जाता है, 12 से 15 घंटे रोज पढ़ता है। मैं कहता हूं कि जो बच्चा 12 से 15 घंटे रोज पढ़ता हो, मेहनत करता हो, उसका सिलेक्शन हो ना हो पर वो जीवन में सफल जरूर होगा। तो ये सिलेक्शन एक मापदंड हो सकता है, क्राइटेरिया हो सकता है, पर यही सिर्फ सफलता है ऐसा सही नहीं है।
आज एक बार 2 बच्चों की आप कह रहे हो कि बच्चा बाहर का भी है, वो भी स्टूडेंट और भी हो रहे हैं, तो ये जो स्थिति है बहुत ही मैं समझता हूँ कि चिंताजनक है। और मुझे बताया कि ये जहाँ क्लासेस लगती है हैदराबाद सब जगह सूचना की घटना हुई है, तो ये मैं उसमें अपने तरीके
स्टूडेंट की क्या साहब, इस कांग्रेस के शासन के दौरान आप थानागाजी की घटना से, गैंगरेप की घटना से ले आप, मैं आपको 1000 से ज्यादा घटनाएं बता दूंगा। स्टूडेंट हो, महिला हो, किसान हो, दलित हो, आदिवासी हो, कितनी घिनौनी हत्याएं हो गई है। कोई कार्रवाई इसलिए नहीं होती कि सरकार तुष्टीकरण की नीति पे चलती।
So what were isolated cases once, are they becoming more common? And it would be devastating if our students are for some reason being pushed to end their life. Remember, these are teenagers, minors, most of them. Let's go across to Devankur Vadhavan, who's joining me for the latest on that. Devankur, what are the steps that the administration and the government are taking? That these are supposed to be coaching you for competitive examinations. They're not supposed to be putting so much pressure for some reason that these students are willing to die.
Well, Pooja, it's difficult for you and me to empathize with young students, children who are 13 years old or 12 years old, who are, let's say in class 8th or 9th. And that is when their parents want them to start preparing for engineering or medical entrance examinations. Now, once they arrive in Kota from places like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, where the education system can be very different from what the demands of these competitive examinations can be, several of these students, perhaps are driven to taking the extreme step. But, the fact of the matter is that, these students are not told enough number of times and are not told emphatically that whether they get into an engineering college or get a medical seat or not, that is not the be all and the end all of life. Life lies ahead of them, and there is so much that they can, they can win over, they can take up challenges in life, and that message has not probably gone through drilled enough number of times that you need to prepare hard, you should prepare hard, but whether you get a seat in an engineering or entrance examination or not is not something which will be the sole criteria of whether you have been successful
Clearly,
in life or not.
From what you're telling me, that the government cannot ignore this anymore, but importantly, the parents need to rethink their decisions for their kids to become a doctor, engineer or technical expert. Perhaps there can be a different pattern and not put so much pressure, and a rethink on these coaching centers and the pattern they follow as well. In 4 hours on Sunday, 2 students ended their life by suicide. And that happened in Kota, where there have been extreme decisions that these minors, these teenagers are being forced to take. What's happening? Why have our coaching centers or an education hub like Kota becoming this? There are questions that need to be asked, but importantly, the government administration need to provide some answers too. Here's a report.
Two more students die by suicide in Kota, the entrance coaching hub of India. The deaths on Sunday happened in a span of 4 hours. A 17-year-old NEET aspirant jumped off the 6th floor of his coaching institute's building in Jawahar Nagar at around 3:15 p.m. after taking a mock test. Another 18-year-old student who was also preparing for the competitive exam hanged himself in his rented flat at around 7 p.m. Both were apparently under pressure and were worried about scoring low marks during the routine tests conducted by the coaching centers. This year, 24 students have taken their lives so far, with 6 deaths reported in August alone. Last year, 15 students died by suicide. The count has increased from 7 in 2017 to 24 this year. The Kota administration has ordered coaching institutes to stop holding tests for the next 2 months.
जांच हम कर रहे हैं और जो संडे के टेस्ट वाली बात है कि बावजूद जिला कलेक्टर के निर्देश के बावजूद भी उनके द्वारा ये परीक्षा आहूत की गई। यदि उसमें लापरवाही पाई गई तो निश्चित रूप से कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has called a meeting of top officials on August 18th in Jaipur to discuss the issue. The meeting made headlines for suggesting solution that invented severe criticism. The administration had advised installation of spring-attached ceiling fans in student rooms to stop them from hanging. Now, state ministers have urged the central government to ban coaching system across India.
केंद्र सरकार को चाहिए कि कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स के बारे में एक नीति बनाए, किसी को अपने बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए कम से कम कर्ज नहीं लेना पड़े, क्योंकि ये एक बहुत बड़ा प्रेशर होता है कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में पढ़ने वाले बच्चों पे।
ये कोचिंग कोई राजस्थानी कोचिंगों ने ये माफिया खड़ा हो गया, और जो कोचिंगों का जो माफिया खड़ा हुआ है, सरकार को सख्त एक्शन लेना पड़ेगा। अब ऐसे कोचिंगों पर मैं सारे एसपी कलेक्टर से कहूंगा, सरकार की तरफ से ये आदेश है, आप मजिस्ट्रेट जाके खुद चेक करो।
एक्चुअली में सुसाइड के बारे में सोचना पाप है और करना महापाप है, इसलिए इनकी काउंसलिंग होनी चाहिए समय समय पर साइकेट्री के डॉक्टरों से, उनको बताना चाहिए। और सरकार ने भी जैसे कहा 2 महीने से पहले टेस्ट वेस्ट नहीं हो, तनाव नहीं हो, बच्चों तनाव कम करने का।
Over 2 lakh students come to Kota annually to prepare for competitive exams such as the joint entrance exam for engineering and the national eligibility cum entrance test for admission to medical colleges. While new formats and exams have been introduced to reduce the stress on students, they don't seem to have worked so far. Bureau Report, India Today.